Good morning, everybody. Hello, it's me, Harry. Um, Let me know if the sound isn't okay or if things sound weird to you. I was testing it beforehand, but I think we're good. But yeah, if it's too loud, too quiet, just say so. So I have a build I want to do with y'all today. Wait for it. There we go. On this app I've been calling the Gizmo Gauntlet, which is a silly name, but our little mascot at Gadget is called Gizmo. He's a little computer guy, but anyways, what I want to make is a game that allows you to create characters, and then with the characters you create, you enter them into a kind of always running tournament where they sort of battle against each other. And I decided to make it a junkyard theme for reasons we'll get into. But excuse me, I was vibe coding it and working on it kind of off stream a little bit and accidentally made too much progress. So I have like the first feature sort of done, but I'll show it to you here. What it is a character creator. Whoops, gotta fix that. Where I'm able to kind of define these junkyard robots, which I've made a few of here. And then my vision for how this is supposed to work is they're gonna kind of compete against each other to sort of battle, like call it maybe Pokemon style, even where they sort of have hit points and go on a battle. But the unique sort of twist I want to do on this is that instead of the player choosing the moves for each round of the battle, I want an AI narrator to kind of decide the outcome. And that way you sort of make a bot, you like enter it into the tournament, and then it's gonna kind of get entered into battles sort of on a continuous running basis where you as the player don't actually get to participate. Instead, you have to define a strategy. So like at its core, the game is a prompting game. It's like how good at prompting the AI narrator or strategizing for your bots kind of battles against all the other, bots in the arena. How good can you get? And to me, that just seems really fun. It's like I just spent, many months building Gadget's AI assistant here. And so I learned a lot about prompting, and I kind of want to do it in this other weirder context, So yeah, that's what I want to build. Let me know if you have any questions or any thoughts. I'm going to go back to the plan here and just flesh it out a bit, because I think it's going to show sort of more what we actually want to do. So I have some tweaks I want to make to this existing character designer. And then the big kind of lion's share of the task is this core battle loop where we select two participants. They kind of make their first move. The AI narrator decides the outcome. They make their second move. The AI narrator decides the outcome, so on and so forth. And yeah, I'm kind of curious if, do y'all get it? Does this make any sense? I've explained it a few times to a few people, and they're always like, huh? So let me know if you want more detail. And then the second thing is like, I'm no expert game designer. So, no, I don't want to do an interview. Thanks. I'm not an expert game designer, and so I don't know how to make this core battle loop engaging, if that makes sense. I don't know if users who are like sitting there watching these bots kind of just like go to town on each other without having control are going to be frustrated that they can't influence it kind of as it progresses, or excited that they can't influence as they progress it, where it's like, okay, I know what to do for the next thing, and I don't exactly know how to structure the kind of shape of the battle. Like, should it be turn-based? Should it just be text? But I think the move is just to get building and kind of see what happens and mess around with it. The balancing is going to be a long and tweaky process anyways. So yeah, I'm just going to do it. So let me show you Gadget. For those unfamiliar with Gadget, if you're just tuning in, Gadget's where I work. I'm the CTO there. And what it is a AI-assisted software development environment. I want to call it an ADE instead of an IDE, where it's an AI tool for building stuff instead of just a normal tool for building stuff. What you get from Gadget is kind of like three things. You get this web editor where you can kind of work on your app's code. You can preview the application, kind of like get help. You get an AI assistant for building the application. that kind of knows everything there is to know about Gadget, like how to set up database tables, how to build kind of API endpoints. We call them actions that can contribute to your application. How to resolve problems where you're you know incorrectly building something about an application. And then the third thing you get is kind of a super easy one-click deploy to production and a whole purpose-built hosting platform that sort of knows how to um, scale or run and scale the application for you. So yeah, like the point of this for me is to build this game to demonstrate Gadget a bit. So if you have any questions about Gadget or like why things are the way they are or how to do something in Gadget, let me know in the chat and I'm super happy to answer. Okay, let's get into it. So I've defined my bot model here. What a model is this like table sort of in a database. And then I kind of vibe coded out with the AI that form that you saw that allows the editing and creation of bots. Oh, what have I done here? Huh. I think that masquerade button is broken. We've been working on this masquerader here, we call it, which is like a tool for sort of um, um, pretending to be a different user. But this is weird. I'm just going to debug this real quick. Does this happen in the not preview? No. I mean, I showed you it earlier. It was working fine. Well, okay. That's a bug for later, I guess. Engine API return no data at bot. That's not supposed to happen. Let me know if y'all can't see my screen, if the font's too small or whatever. I'm super happy to make things bigger. Bot ID 12. Where's that coming from? Oh, that's the issue. I'm looking at this is my unbuilt 404 page. There is no bot 12. That's why. There we go. Back to the bots index. Okay. So, and I think what happened was I was logged in as a different user. So this is actually Gadget's permission system working properly and not letting me view someone else's bot. Very good. Okay. So in my character creator here, I just want to make a few changes, which is I was asking for some feedback from some colleagues last night, and I feel like speed and agility are too similar. So I just want to remove that, and I want to change one of these other attributes to luck. I think maybe I'll remove intelligence and change it. So here, I'm just going to prompt the AI and say, move the agility attribute from bots, the model, in the form, and remove the intelligence attribute altogether. That'll take us down to 4. Oh, how about this? And rename intelligence to luck. The model and the form. Okay, while it's cooking on that, what I'd like to do is explore this battle schema. So what the battle is kind of a record of one kind of encounter between two bots. I've started doing a rough schema here, which is we have which two bots are playing, is it running, is it done yet, was there an error, and I think what I was also thinking was we needed a move, which like a battle is just a series of moves that each of the bots makes. And yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is I was thinking it was going to be turn-based, which is like, is it just text that the narrator spits out at you, or is it turn-based? And I think the move is like, or the the reason why I think turn-based might be nice is because it gives like a structure for the human to sort of anchor their expectations to. Sorry, someone on YouTube asked, do I want to sit for an interview? I'm not quite sure what you mean. But I love talking about Gadget, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. So in more discussion with these like turn-based bot moves that happen within a battle, I think what I'm going to do is model it as like hit points, where at the start of a battle, each bot starts with a certain number of hit points. The AI narrator asks what bot they want to do. Is it like attack, make a feint, kind of run away, do something silly? And then the narrator's decision is like how many hit points does each bot lose after each round? So I'm missing some stuff here, which is the maybe I guess order number. I mean, yeah, why don't you send me an email about an interview? I'm Harry at gadget.dev. I'd love to know more about sort of what you mean. But yeah, we're trying to spread the word. So, let's see. And I think we're also missing which battle this move is for. So a battle has many moves. And I think I guess we need like an outcome. Maybe what I'll do is make a new intermediate model called round, where a round kind of has one move from each bot. But maybe before I do that, let's go back to the UI here, and I'm just gonna apply the changes here, and let's see if it worked. So what I asked for was, yeah, remove agility, rename intelligence to luck. And okay, I missed the label here. I'm just going to ninja in and do that myself. It did get the changes right in my like bot form code here. Where's intelligence? Oh, I missed a couple spots. We said remove agility, right? And this is luck. Oh no, we said remove speed. Oh no, agility. Luck. Base luck points. Okay. I think that's just out of date there. That'll update in a second. In my bot form, I think we said that the label was still wrong. Whoops. Intelligence. Oh, just hadn't reloaded yet. There we go. Yeah. Power, speed, luck, stamina, armor. Okay, cool. Yeah. Mo, it's on. It's the way I'll put it. It's on. I've been having fun making, just with the character creator alone, like bots to represent people. I made a suave Matt last night, and it was like a little man armed with a paintbrush. Matt's our colleague at Gadget. Okay, so I've got my character creator going here. Renamed those attributes. So let's get into it on the yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to trust me on that one. The moves, the battle round. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the AI to do this to try to demonstrate kind of how the AI data modeling works. One of the powerful pieces of Gadget that is different than the other AI tools out there is that our AI assistant really understands like the structure of a Gadget application, right? So like before, this was just sort of doing some changes to some front end code. What I want to do is kind of data model with the AI. And in my case, like I've been, data modeling for a long time in my life. I have a usual vision, but let's see if the AI can produce something like what we want. So add a new model called round. underneath the battle. Each move belongs to a round, and the rounds ordered. Remove the order from the moves. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. And then the other thing that I think kind of governs the entire strategy here. Oops, base luck points. Yeah, there we go. Is like what is like the outcome of a move? Like I mentioned hit points. And I think that kind of makes sense that like each bot sort of health decreases and then it's sort of like last bot standing wins. Um, but I think there's probably a notion of like mana, which is a weird word. It's like if you ever played like Diablo back in the day, or one of those games where it's like you can't just cast a gazillion fireballs over and over and over. There has to be some balance to like, are you going to expend energy or conserve it? Maybe that's what I'll call it, energy. And so like the stamina property of a bot governs kind of how fast its energy replenishes, and then every attack it does kind of expends energy. Yeah, like what I'm kind of envisioning here is, let's say this is a battle. We have battle pug over on one side and battle teen on the other side. The kind of rounds like will move kind of as you go down. There's round 1, there's round 2, whatever. And like the pug might say, I'm going to run away like a coward. And then Matt might say like attack with paintbrush. And both of these kind of like decisions aren't like the player deciding it, right? It's the an LLM doing it under the hood, like one of the new fancy AI APIs, but according to the user supplied battle strategy. So for the pug, I might say like always run away like a coward. I don't think it'll be a very good bot, but let's just say for the demonstration here. And then after the kind of 2 moves have been determined, the narrator is going to kind of say, you know, let's call it, like my teen's attack misses because the pug ran away. And so we're like still at 100 HP for both bots. And then like the next round, it's kind of same thing where the pug runs away and Mateen's like attack with like get closer and or whatever the strategy kind of might imply. And then Mateen's attack hits because he was closer. And then we're like, like down to 90 HP here. So whoops. So each one of these sort of round things that I'm talking about, this is what I'm imagining is it's kind of like a input to each bot's strategy and then a resolution of how that went down for an outcome that's like the health and whatever. So I think, and then yeah, what I was saying about energy is I have the hit points and then the like, what do I call it? EP. It's like this is 90 EP because it took some energy to run away. And we'll call this like 80 EP because attacks take more. And what I'm imagining is that all this section here is AI determined by the narrator, and these sections are AI determined by the strategy kind of prompt inputs. Okay, so let's see what this AI cooked up for us here. Add a new round model. That's what I want. It belongs to a battle. It's got an order. Very good. Got some API endpoints here for managing rounds. some permissions, very good. And then, yeah, bot move should belong to the battle and around because kind of each move here is one of these. Um, so it's, yeah, between a bot and around. So I will apply that. I don't really want some sample data because I'm going to try to produce it with the AI. Round battle bot. I don't think you belong to a user. The bot belongs to a user. And why don't we... I'm just thinking here, like, so I've done a data modeling thing here where the bot move belongs to a round. And that means that technically speaking, there can be many moves for each round, right? Like if the belongs to here is like an ID pointer. So on the bot move schema, like in my kind of API docs here, for my apps API, it'll have a round ID and a fetcher for the actual round. And what that means is if I have like one round at the top and then say, or I could have a bug where I had like 9 moves per round, right? We don't want that. There's a very strict structure here, which is every bot involved in the battle needs to make exactly one move per round. So I think I'm going to flip this relationship around. And instead of making the move belong to the round, like this, I'll just do the move belongs to a bot and has like a decision, which is a string and required. Yeah. And then the round will have a alpha move, which is belongs to move round. Bot move has one round, yeah. And then a beta move, which belongs to. So what I've done is flipped it around, where a bot move belongs to exactly one round via this has one relationship. Okay. And then I guess maybe we want the outputs here somewhere. I think I'm just going to put them on the round to start, which is to say like beta final HP, which is a number, and beta final EP, which is also a number. Excuse me. Alpha final HP number and beta final. Whoops. Alpha final EP number. Very good. Okay, let's code the loop. So maybe before we get into fancy, crazy AI stuff, let's just run a like a random outcome version, and that will let us kind of like test it, build a UI, kind of like get the basics going before we start getting really fancy with it. So I wrote this little shell last time, which is the idea of a run function for a battle. And my idea with this is I'll run this sort of in the background using Gadget's background action functionality and kind of like execute the rounds like one at a time until there's sort of a max limit. So let's prompt the AI here to implement our thing. So implement the battle run function to conduct a random battle. Run a Prasad, we are indeed hiring. We are indeed. There should be a career section on the website that you can go take a look. And community engagement always helps, you know. Glad to see you here. Conduct a random battle. Run to 20 rounds, deciding random HP and EP deductions for both the alpha bot and beta bot involved in a battle. Finish the battle and log the winner. The first other bot's HP goes below 0. Okay. I feel like the structure of this function is going to be like very sensitive, right? Where this is kind of intense, I guess is the way to put it. But let's see what Claude comes up with here. We just switched the AI assistant to use Claude 4, which is I think we missed some updates, or it missed some updates earlier. Yeah, we dropped. Oh god, I forget which one we dropped. Power, speed, luck, stamina, armor. There's no agility anymore. And intelligence became luck. So that's like a little bug in the assistant where it forgot to, or didn't know it needed to update this. Our RAG pipeline needs love. That looks better. It's funny that this one noticed it and was like, yeah, this is busted. I mean, that sounds right to me. Let's just smash it in there and have a look. I'm just going to remove this stuff because I don't super care to only select some attributes. And there's this big old try catch, which kind of like helps me, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like write some AI errors or like hit some incidents where I like hit the context limit or whatever. So I want to kind of capture the errors instead of just showing garbage to the user. This is a weird way of doing it, of saying it's stamina. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna say they start with 100 always. AI is trying to get fancy on me here. And then it's trying to initialize EP based on luck. Oh, sorry, Prasad. We'll update the website, but yeah, we're hiring for infrastructure engineers and full-time kind of full stack software developers to work on the core product. So yeah, if you want to shoot me an email, like I'm happy to kind of send you the job descriptions and accept resumes. We're always hiring smart people. Yeah, why don't we just keep it simple and start the EP at an even amount there too? And yeah, cool. I like this log, like for our own debugging. But what I'm going to do is round starting and change it up a bit. Oh, yes, this is a good thing to note. Gadget supports structured logging, which is like so much better than unstructured logging, because you can like actually kind of search and filter on the values instead of having to do string parsing. So I'm just going to convert this to that round starting here. And we'll do battle ID so that I can kind of know which battle it was for. And then because this is just random, I don't really care. I'm just going to let the AI cook and do that thing. this makes sense to me. We like kind of apply the deltas and decrease the HPs. Uh, that makes sense. Round starting. Create bot moves. Right. That all makes sense. I think I'd like to change this logger again. Oh, that would be handy to have in there too, the round number. Oh, Prasad, I'm just Harry at gadget.dev. Yeah. So this is alpha damage after armor. Alpha EP cost. Beta damage after armor. Beta EP cost. So yeah, I just picked those terms alpha and beta because I wasn't really sure what else to call the sort of like left hand, right hand bot. And I'm really hoping it doesn't matter which one's which. Like it's like the narrator doesn't end up caring, you know? But let's see. There we go. Round outcome. Very good. Create the moves. That makes sense. Eventually these like decisions are going to be part of the AI bits. Is that what the field's called? Decision. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. AI. Create round record. Right. I don't feel like we need to log it twice here. And then I kind of want the I'm just going to log the whole round instead of just the number. Oops, const. This kind of makes sense. It's like if you have more HP at the end, you win. But then if it's a tie, neither of these will be true, right? These are like greater than operators. So then it does a tie break based on EP, which I think also makes sense. And then it determines a random winner. That seems kind of unfair. So I'm going to do something sneaky here. Let's say, I don't want to just record the names. I want to, this is the class of the records returned. Gadget, client, Gizmo Gauntlet. Oh yeah, very good. Bot. I'm gonna go cheat here and do type of alpha bot, which just kind of takes the type of this, sticks it there. And if completely tied, I just want to do whoever has the shortest strategy to kind of incentivize people to not write super long strategies. It just seems fair. That's like if you manage to come up with a tie with a shorter strategy, you should win. So I'm gonna do if alpha bot strategy length beta bot strategy length winner equals alpha bot else winner beta bot. if they don't have strategies, we need to do a silly this. Like if the user hasn't actually filled in the strategy yet, it'll be null. And I think that's like an important piece in the form. Just like, oh, I want to be able to kind of like create a character and not have to fill in every single attribute before I submit the form. Okay, battle complete. Very good. Final stats. I think I don't really care about that because I didn't actually have to log it. Yeah, it's all here on the round anyways. But I think we need to actually save the winner here. Oops. Winner bot belongs to bot. Whoops. Bot. And then so this is an accelerator, we call it in Gadget. This is like a tool for quickly creating the inverse relationship. I think in this case, bot already has a set of battles. So I don't really want to recreate this one. But what I do want is a new relationship called one battles, which is going to be a has many battle, but where it's powered by the winner bot field. So this one, oh, this doesn't make sense. This is only where it's alpha. I'm gonna have to fix that. Anyways, back to the round thing here. So we have this. Oh, right. And then I gotta mark the winner record. The winner bot was link winner.id. Doesn't it? I think that this is a typing bug with Gadget. This is actually something I was looking at a couple weeks ago and never figured out what to do about it. It's that the TypeScript type for this record is loaded when the battle's loaded. And so all we load is the ID. And so this like record here has, all these IDs, but I want to assign to a property that's going to like set the value of this, which is currently not in the type. So we need to update our types to kind of accept this, even though it may be null, which is a bummer. For now, I'm just going to cheat and as any it. And I'm pretty sure that'll work. And then, yeah, we also mark it as complete. And then we save it again. And there we go. Okay, let's run it. Options is not a valid object. Isn't it though? Yeah, there we go. That's stupid. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this. Because that's a silly bug. Okay, so now my options is valid again. Let's run a battle. So I just click that run action button. This takes me to this Gadget feature called the API Playground, which is just like a little REPL sensor read eval print loop where I'm able to sort of go up and down and enter expressions and just kind of run my backend logic kind of at will if I want. 1 second, I'm just going to zoom in here and make this a little bit more visible. Let me know if that looks okay, folks. Or if you want more, I'm happy to. So I just need some bot IDs for this example. So I'm just going to go to my data and say battle pug is ID 1. And I don't really want to battle pug against itself. Let's just refresh here. Go back to my list of bots. We'll battle it against Epic Paperclip, which is bot number 2. Oops. Oh, I guess I need to create one first. Right. So I'm going to create, oops. a battle, which is incomplete, and it doesn't have an error. It's not running yet. Okay. Now I have battle ID number 1, and it's time to run it. So I can do, shoot, where did that go? Run, and I don't really want to change any of this. Yeah, actually, I think what I did is I got the type of this action wrong. So I said this is this action, its job is to kind of take what's already in the database and like execute it. In my case, I picked action type update here, which makes the action take all these extra parameters to also update the battle record. A lot of the time when you're just building like CRUD software, that's what you want, right? Is kind of random ass updates to stuff. But in our case, we don't want that. We don't want all these other parameters. We just kind of want to send this like imperative command to run it. So that's what I'm going to do here. And it's going to go off and do its thing. I don't know if that's going to work. Battle got invalid value 1 at winner bot. Expected type internal type belongs to object. Okay. Battle ended in round 20 due to knockout. Cool. There we can see all the rounds got made. There's a round outcome, round starting. Created all the moves. But right at the end, battle got in value valid 1 at battle.winnerbot. So I think I'm setting the winner wrong. I think I did this wrong. Maybe I lied and it needs to be like this. I hope I'm not so dumb that I used my own product wrong. Let's try again. Oh, now we need a new battle. Wait, battle.create. Actually, let's go up. We'll just do wait pi.battle.run this thing's ID. So I'm just nesting it here where I'm creating the battle, then getting the ID, then running it. Ta-da! We got a battle. Well, that seems wrong. It should be done running, right? And it should have a winner. Oh, like somebody's just broken. So it's complete and it's running. That seems busted. And but there was a winner. That winner bot 1 is set, so that's good. That means it made it to the end. So back in my run action here, it seems like this didn't run. Mark the battle as complete. So what my intention with this try catch finally situation is that if there is an error, like if I have some logic in my battle outcome, or if the AI APIs like hit a rate limit or something like that, which is like a pretty darn common experience, I still want to mark the record as no longer running. So I don't understand why this didn't run. Let's just add a little log statement here. Also notice that that was wrong. Let's do a marking battle. It's no longer running. We'll do marked battle as no longer running. Maybe while I'm here, I'll just ask. Well, actually, let's try once more and see if that gives us any indications of what the heck happened. Oh shoot, I left too fast. Whoops. Updating record. Oh yeah, it says it marked it as no longer running. Battle data still running. Hmm. Battle run. Maybe there's some bug here where like saving the same record several times is broken, but that doesn't make sense because the complete save is working. Marked battle is no longer running. I'm just going to add this. One other small change I'm going to make. I'm noticing that that's taking a minute to actually like run, and I think the reason is because I'm using these what's called chained actions, which is where I'm using the sort of nice API I have for my models here. But what this is running when I do API bot move create is actually running this create uh, action, and I can just skip running that code because it's kind of boilerplatey and make this quite a bit faster by using the internal API. And this is like the internal API is what the save function actually uses under the hood. There's more about it in the gadgets docs, but I'll just all of these things. Turn now. Uh, round bot move. Okay, that all makes sense. Let's try it once more and see what record comes out when it runs at the end there. So yeah, see how much faster that was. Still running, still complete. Updating record. Is it time for trash battles? Marked battle is no longer running. What? So this is saying running true, complete true. Right after I'm saying record.running false and saving it. So I'm going to log it right after saving it. Or sorry, setting the property. Marking, marked. Let's run it once more. Back to the logs. Marking battle is no longer running. Oh. Marking battle is no longer running. Running is false. Marked battle is no longer running. Running's back to true. Okay, I think this is like a gadget bug. It doesn't make sense that it would flip kind of as I save it. So that's annoying. I'll look into that off stream. What I'm going to do instead is just another internal API call here. API.internal and just kind of manually set what I want on the battle record.id running false. Like that. And we'll just delete this save. So that's kind of what save does under the hood, is this like internal API update, but it does some fancy stuff with like change detection. So fuck it, let's assume that's going to work. One more shot in the API playground. There we go, running false. Okay, cool. Oh, but no winner bot ID. Oh, I didn't actually fix the problem. Okay, I'm just going to do this here. We're going to mark it as complete true and do winner bot link winner bot.it. Use save again. And how about we just make this try catch a bit simpler? Oh, winner.id. You'll do running false. Oops. And here we'll do running false. And that way we just don't need a finally. It's kind of nice. One more shot, and then we can probably build the UI for this thing, which I'm kind of excited for because that's the part that AI is most helpful for. There we go. Winner bot ID is set. Complete's true. Running's false. Excellent. Okay. Let's make a UI. Add a new route to show the outcome of a battle. We'll say list each round. And show each bot's decision, the outcome. The changes to the HP and EP. For me, like as a backend, kind of predominantly backend developer, like vibe coding has changed everything for me, where it's like I feel so sort of like unblocked, right? Like I can just bark out this kind of order and maybe it's not going to look exactly like what I want, but it's like so much better a starting point for me to be like, I can see kind of what I like or what I don't like. I can like just go make a couple targeted tweaks or be like, oh, the spacing is wrong. Change the spacing and be like super vague like that. And it works. It works so well. For me at least. I was saying to the Gadget team, like the character creator thingy I was showing earlier on the stream, like I kind of made it accidentally. I was like watching an NBA game. I don't even really care about the NBA that much. I was just watching an NBA game and like type, like firing off prompts. And by the end of the game, I had this like whole character creator thing going, like where I just kind of like not pay attention for 30 seconds. And like, holy moly. I feel like it's bad because it's not, that juicy stream content. But good because it means the product works, I'm proud of that. Okay. So yeah, this is making a new route in the web folder. The web folder is where the sort of like front end of a Gadget application lives. And it's got the super convoluted React router route syntax correct, which I appreciate. And you can see here we're using here I'll make it big. We're using shadcn by default in yeah, Lane, this is indeed double streamed. We're just putting it on all our platforms. We're using shadcn so we can kind of have sort of consistent UI between all the different spots in your application. So like a card component here, doesn't need a gazillion customizations in every spot. Okay, let's apply any of the type changes. Let's accept this. Let's go preview it. Whoa. Okay, I'm just going to pop this out. Round by round. That's pretty ugly there, Claude. But it worked. I think our like random math here for yeah, that seems wrong. -9. But look at that. There's a winner. Battle Pug. All right. Okay. What feedback do you think? What feedback do you have for me on this UI, everybody? Ready and willing to hear it. I think this needs to be much smaller and denser, and the round view also needs to be smaller and denser. And I was kind of envisioning it like side by side instead of these like large cards. So let's do that. Okay, it's working. Make the card at the top smaller and denser. Remove the complete status. It is still underway. Then make layout the round cards to show each bots. Denser as well. Don't use a separate card per round. Use one large one with separators. Sorry, typing terribly. But okay, I kind of feel like this is going to work. Now we got to use some AI to actually do it. Oh, shoot. And I want the avatars for the bots on there too. I'll ask for that next. What's my error here? Related field not present. Bot moves, battle has many bot moves. Right. Does bot move belong to battle anymore? No, it doesn't. It's kind of like an implicit has many through, so I'm just going to remove that. Go, Claude, go. Did you folks see that friggin' OpenAI lowered the cost of O3, like their super fancy, super intense reasoning model, by 80% yesterday? That's actually nuts. And it's now cheaper than Claude 4, and like generally speaking, smarter. Look at this thing. Oh no, that's yeah. This is actually nuts though. That like on this is artificial analysis, which is like my favorite model, like LLM model comparison website. O3 is so expensive, and O4 Mini is like probably 1/100th of the parameter count, and it's just as smart. Like that's nuts. But you got to go all the way over here to find Claude. So the vibes on the Claude produced code, that's what we use, is just so much better. But for challenging stuff, I think O3 is the move, and like I use it a lot just in like the ChatGPT thing, to like answer questions. Oh God, it's horrible. Okay, fix the card. Oops. Just gonna refresh here. Fix the card background, not be light. Or dark. Add the bot avatars at the top. Don't use colored cards for and moves. Make the winner bigger. Move the back to bots button. Anyways, we use Claude 4 because the code it seems to produce just sort of feels the best to us, and at least in the limited amount of like evals we've done, kind of is the most satisfying. But it's like, yeah, peak intelligence is not super good. It's not bad either. It's just not super good. This stuff is really exciting too. Like, I don't know, people seem to really accuse Geminis of benchmark hacking, but then every so often I see lots of people talking about how much they use the Geminis and cursor, and like, I don't know, Google's really in the mix now. You know, what's this one? Oh yeah, the new R1. Like, look how tight a race this is. Good day to sell GPUs. Bad day to be a frontier lab. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back here. Be done. Still going. Come on, little Claude. Okay. How do you think I should lay out the sort of decisions that each bot makes? Right. So it's like I have this plan to prompt them to get them to make a call about how they should execute. And I have a kind of a decision to make, which is like, should this information be public or not? Right. It kind of reveals your strategy. And the strategies I think need to be private, right? Like if I write a genius strategy for how my bot should behave, I don't really want every other player to be able to see that strategy and just copy paste it, right? It's that sort of removes any advantage I have. So the decisions you make kind of allude to your strategy. And I was thinking that maybe the move is have the narrator produce like a summary that like kind of neutralizes, or sorry, like neutralizes it, like makes it a neutral description. Um, because that would sort of be more fair, and it would provide this sort of layer of insulation with the absolute raw um, decision making process that your bot makes would be, hidden. But it's also kind of fun to see like what your bot did. Maybe that's what I'll do is I'll say any member of the public viewing a battle can only see what the narrator decides. But then if it's your bot battling, you can see this for like debugging it basically. But I guess that means that this UI needs to kind of support um, that was silly. Oh man. Okay. Remove the all results header text much smaller and stylized. Make the avatars in the header much bigger. Um, yeah. I feel like an old man with a hose will be a strong contender, Spencer. A strong contender indeed. Okay, while that's cooking, let's add some AI. Crazy. Um, so I think this is going to be unchanged. The structure of this is going to be unchanged, and what we need is kind of a replacement for this, which is like instead of just points and other boring procedural math, I want to go off and ask an LLM to kind of decide the kind of outcome of the round. Let's just do this before I forget. Oops, I don't want battles 0. I want battles 1. Let's refresh here. That still looks bad. I want the avatars to be even bigger. The avatars even bigger. The hello, Anoxidus. Welcome. The editor to be a cool. What do you call it when like something's like slanted off to the side, like a sticker on the corner? You know, looking sticker corner of the card instead of plain looking header in the middle. Also, something's tripping out with my keyboard. I don't know if you folks notice this on the stream, but like when I'm typing every so often, it just stops typing. I think my like computer is crying from the streaming, which means I'm fully gonna have to become like a pink hair Twitch person with a second streaming computer and all the friggin' gizmos and gadgets for orchestrating it all, which frankly I'm okay with. You know, I'm okay with. Oh, this is funny. This is how you get an LLM. Sad. How you get an LLM to do code diffs is quite interesting. Like you can't just ask it reproduce a new whole file of code because it costs too many tokens and it's very slow. And if the file happens to be like I don't know, many thousands of lines of code, it's uh, unreliable to the point that it won't reproduce all the unchanged sections of the code. And so we use this thing called the Iterate diff format. Where are we here? Yeah, like do you see pressing space work? Set. I think this keyboard is maybe like rebooting every so often. Anyways, we use this thing called the Iterate diff format, which has could become somewhat of an industry standard, but it's like it's a freaky way where you prompt the LLM to or sorry, we don't use the Iterate diff format anymore. We used to, and it helped, but there's a new one. Where is it? This one, diff fenced. This has become somewhat industry standard where you ask the LLM for a search and then a chunk to replace it with. And it's basically doing like big ass find and replaces on your code all the time. And that's kind of the lowest level of difficulty for it to actually make changes. And I'm pretty sure most of the effective assistants are doing just that. Yeah, there we go. Battles 1. That's a silly looking sticker. Sticker looks great. Move it to the left. Actually, sorry, left side of the header. I also find this is a trap with vibe coding, which is like you forget you have other stuff to do just because it's so fun to be like orchestrating all this stuff. Like, what is this icon? Where did it get that? Great job, Claude. Do you ever see Sam Altman's tweet about how a meaningful amount of OpenAI's compute is spent responding to people thanking the assistant? Okay. you can stop watching me be so bad at front end, and we can do some AI. All right, so let's make a new helper function in here. Round sync alpha bot beta bot. And what we want to do is this type turn type. That's not gonna work. Right. Okay, so I think the move here is actually 3 LLM calls. Just go back to the plan here. We need to ask each bot what it wants to do, and then we need to have the narrator decide what actually happens and what the kind of HP, EP outcomes are. And so I think the move is to kind of say to one LLM call, you are the battle pug. This is your description. This is your strategy. Here's the history of the battle so far. Like, what do you want to do next? And we do those 2 calls kind of in parallel, one for each bot. We get the responses, and then we ask the narrator to resolve it. So I guess let's do that. I've already kind of been messing around with some AI stuff for the character creator. So like here, if I go to my bots here, I want to make a new one. I built this like silly random roll function, which just kind of spits out a like starting place for your bot, right? Where you get a silly name, you get a description, you get a battle strategy, just kind of like filled in for you to start working, and then like a points balance, and then an avatar to start working with. And what I'm using for that is Gadget's like built-in OpenAI connection, which is just like a really easy way to start making calls to OpenAI. We give like $50 free credits to new accounts that want to like mess around with it, where you don't actually need to go get an open API key and so on and so forth. And so that's what I'm just using for this. I think I'll just use the same thing. Like I don't really want to go set up a bunch of other LLM APIs and whatever. I'm just going to use this thing. So down in my run round function, we need to do 2 things. We need to like get the moves for each bot. We need to like decide on the actual outcome using the narrator. So why don't we do a const make next move? That'll just be one bot. Right, rounds. Opponent. Like this. Make a call to OpenAI to figure out next move. Do like const alpha move beta move. Oh wait, this is some fancy JavaScript for y'all. I'm just trying to kind of lay down the structure because I have a pretty strong vision for the way I want this to work, and I just don't really want the AI to like, what's the word? Confuse it all. I feel like it'll just be faster for me to type it. We'll do a make next move. Oh, we need the rounds. So what I'm trying to do here is like get the current state of the battle, like all the rounds that have gone down so far. Oh, I guess I need also the, well, this will have all the HPs and stuff on it. Rounds, alpha bot, beta bot, and then what's the beta moves move against the alpha bot. Whoops. Oh God, what have I done? Right. Very good. And then I think this thing needs to return like a string. Like that's it. This is just like what text description do you want to do? So now let's like implement this sucker. I can from Gadget server, this is like our kind of utility thing that has all the stuff you might need in it. So I can just import connections here and do, connections.openai dot whatever. And I think I'm just going to get it to give me a string back, right? So yeah, let's say implement the make next move function in to OpenAI to get back a text move for this bot in the context of this battle. Write a good stem prompt, pass the bot's description and strategy, the description, not the strategy of the opponent. The opponent. And then we'll use GPT 4.1 mini because it's nice and cheap. I think. Open the oh wait. I want API platform. This one. Anybody have any questions or thoughts, concerns, excitements, a desire to see raccoons just going to town? One thing I'm curious about is how I'm going to moderate this thing and like make sure that people don't input, horrible or offensive bots. I'm pretty sure, like everything these days, the answer is pay more money to AI, which seems like a good answer to me. It's pretty easy to ask a question like, is this bot offensive? Subjective, but I think the move is still just, err on the side of don't allow anything. Excuse me. Damn. It's actually substantially more than 4.0 mini, like $1 more per million output tokens. I like that idea, Emma. I guess I could do 4.1 nano if I'm really concerned about cost, but I don't think I am right now. So let's just do 4.1 mini. Are you done? No, you're still working. Oh, I could probably pass that down. Right. I guess so. What it's doing here is it's formatting the two different bots prompt decisions for all the previous moves into the prompt. I think I don't want to show opponents like each other's internal moves. I think the bot should only see its decisions and the narrator's kind of neutralized versions. Yeah. Right. And then Claude's trying to apply some more strategy or structure here to say like you can only pick from a limited library of actions. And I think that's explicitly what I think is exciting about this whole AI structure of this game is this is up to you in your strategy. It shouldn't be part of the actual like fabric of the game. It should be part of like what you tell your bot to do. But I think these tactical considerations are well, actually no. I think that should be up to the user again. Right. I think this broke. Or it's stuck somehow. Let's just copy pasta then. Oh. Calculate current HP. Right. I don't think I want to do a fallback here. Like we'll do like a P retry or something like that. Okay. Oh, do I have Lodash handy? Nope. Add Lodash. Lodash is like a JavaScript utility library that I quite like. Okay. Just making sure no one from Gadget is yelling at me that I've got a booger on my face. No boogers. I want that last function from Lodash. I know it's silly, but I just like it. I'm sure we'll use a bunch more Lodash elsewhere. So there's my last round. Oh, freak. I don't know which one I am. Like what I'm trying to do is just get the state. But maybe let's make a type. Imagine that. Gadget record, but HP number, EP number, and what you'll take is 2 bot states, and we can put whatever we need in there. And that way we'll just pass down the stuff that we need. So I guess, do you think it's fair if the opponent can see, like A can see B's HP and EP? I guess in like a Pokemon battle, that's how you do it, right? You can see the opponent's HP and EP. So okay, I'll put that in the prompt. Right, and then I need to fix this, like the move decisions shouldn't be visible. Yeah, this is really busted. That's a bug on our end. We're gonna have to fix that. So around has these moves, and the moves have that sort of private internal decision. It's kind of not a great name, but that's okay. Why don't we call it private move? I like that better. And then here we'll put description, which is a string that's required. Oh, I gotta make all these required too. Required. No such thing as a round that doesn't have its moves. Yeah. Okay. And this one is the narrator, like what it's going to have said. Where was I? Battle run. So I think yeah, let's do round number. And then we'll do the round dot description. And then after we'll do frig. I still don't know which one I am. Alpha, beta. So I want to tell this mover kind of which one it is, so it's able to contextualize the prompt properly, right? Like if we're asking battle pug, or it seems like kid with skateboard to battle, from his perspective, it's always the old man or the raccoon that's the opponent. Not, I don't want to use this like alpha beta terminology, especially I think that'll make the prompts consistent between the two, and that's the only fair way to do it. So after my stats after would be let's do oh my goodness. My stats equals dot key equals alpha HP alpha final HP EP round up alpha final EP. There we go. See that little ghost show up and type some code for me? It's a fun little gadget feature we've been cooking up for a bit. Okay. And then const opponent stats. Yeah. How about we do this? Const alpha stats. Const beta stats. I'm just trying to remove all this duplication below. It's ugly. It offends my sensibilities. Alpha stats. Beta stats. Beta stats. And then you should be beta stats. Alpha stats. I don't want to show anything about the moves. Oh man, what have I done to this? My stats. I'm just gonna. Are you good now? Yeah. Okay. My stats after. So HP equals my stats dot HP. Opponent stats after HP equals. There we go. Okay, so there are round descriptions. You are a junkyard battle bot. Locked in goofy combat with an opponent. You must decide your next move in the battle. I'm gonna move this out because I find it like really challenging when all the prompts are kind of intermixed with the code. It's like, what did I do with my prompts here? Oh, I intermixed them with the code. That's funny. But we'll do strategy system prompt. It's just they get long. It's like in the way, you know? Here are the battle mechanics. That's just superfluous. Bot power and luck stats. Each text you indicate in your next move. This bot standing. Positive HP wins. Magical powers or other happenings that couldn't happen in the real physical. That's the sum total of my balancing so far. Hee hee. Based on the strategy below. Okay, that's the system prompt. Very good. Oh, frig. And then we need I'm going to break this out into a function. Rounds to prompt. There we go. Rounds so far. Hey, Sean, glad to hear that Most Stream got you interested. Very good. Right, battle status. Dot HP. This should be bot name. EP stats. Dot description. Public description. Yeah. State. Stats. Strategy. It's happening, everybody. I think we should make that 3. That's 4. Stats. Strategy. Then opponent. guess I should probably make this a function as well. Okay. Bot state to prompt is the header, the bot's name, all the bot's stuff. Whoops. Bot. 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 Very good. And then we've got the strategy. And that way we just don't have to write this out twice. Bot state to prompt bot. You will do opponent. Opponent. And then we'll do. Oh. Is that what that wants? We'll do the battle history. Our strategy. Decide your next move. I think rounds to prompt also needs to return something different if there's no. Oh, there should be a bot state. If okay. So when we're asking each bot what the next move we want to make is, we're going to give it the status of the battle, both of myself, of the bot we're asking and its opponent, and then the rounds. And we're going to say instructions. Decide your next move. Oh, the system prompt, bot strategy system prompt. I renamed. And then, yeah, OpenAI has a new model series that Cloud doesn't know exists yet. We'll put there max tokens. Sure. We're gonna have to figure out like retries, like what happens if this thing doesn't work or fails or whatever. But I'm gonna do that once it's kind of half working. What do you mean Lodash can't be found? I think it can. Oh, guess it didn't work. Why didn't that work? Yarn add Lodash types. Lodash. I fired it off a minute ago. Do. Command completed successfully. Hello? Lodash? Oh. It's blind. Okay, dope. Back in Gadget land, we've got our Right. Okay. Lost my logger here. Logger.error response decision return from next move picker. Can attack, defend. I wanna like keep this sort of grounded in the real world where it's not like Pokemon where it's like quick attack. It's like, what does that even mean? And like I remember the animation of the game was like it just moved. Like there's no like explosion or other such, nonsense. So I kind of want to use like real world um um elements. I guess like, oh man, a good hack for someone in this game would be to like bring environmental elements into it. Like I hide behind the rusty car, or I pick up a crowbar from the ground. I think I need to outlaw environmental elements for now because I think it'll be too easy to be like, I picked up an epic machine gun from the junkyard. Those must be in reality. They can't describe something. Also cannot can't describe something that wouldn't happen in the movies. Moves cannot summon describe elements from the environment haven't been previously described, referencing new items, attributes, or that haven't been previously described. Like the kid with the skateboard is allowed to have a skateboard, but not allowed to find a super skateboard. Characteristics. There we go. And then I'm sure as Mo and I battle our little hearts out, we're going to find new and exciting hacks. Here, I need to import you. Okay. I think we've got our next move decider. Now we need to do the narrator. And it's kind of a bit different because what it needs to do is actually decide the like decrement to the HP and EP of each bot. I don't think we can really test this before I've done that either. So let's dive into it. We've got make next move. We've got let's decide narrate moves. We'll call it narrate moves. What is it gonna do? It gets 2 string moves, the bots, and it needs to produce HP, EP decrements for each. So I think this is actually like a structured tool call. Can it disqualify? No. Yeah. I think you're going to take each one of these things. Then you're also going to take alpha move string, beta move string. And we'll do pretty similar, but I think I'm going to do a structured call like we were doing in that other thingy here, which means we need Zod. If y'all aren't familiar with Zod, it's like a runtime validation library, right? Where TypeScript kind of enforces your types kind of at coding time. Zod allows you to sort of actually assert what it is at runtime. Whoops, this is the wrong function. We can do connections. Narrate or system prompt, which we haven't written yet. And then I need to build that. And I need to import that stuff. Where was it? Generate random bot. I need you. Right, I need the schema. So what this Zod nonsense is a way for me to say to OpenAI, I need you to reply with exactly this structured information, and anything other than this structure is invalid. The place that I'm copying from is that like random bot generator where it's like OpenAI must give me a name and a description and these attribute points and a description for the avatar or whatever. And historically, it was actually quite annoying to get LLMs to do this because they would like ever so slightly deviate from your instructions and return something like title colon some name. Zod lets you at least assert that what you wanted to come back comes back, but OpenAI has built a bunch of stuff now where we can kind of say, I'm not just going to validate and retry if you mess up. I'm going to like actually send you the schema that I'm expecting and enforce that I get it back. So we don't want a random bot schema. We want like a narrated move schema. And what it's going to have is a public description of this round of battle based on the 2 moves. And it's going to have a alpha HP decrement. Wait, what was I doing for those numbers before? Number int. Okay. Number int. Describe how many hit points to deduct from the alpha bot. The EP. Or how about we'll do it in this order. Beta. Energy. Whoops. Beta. These are EP decrements. I think that's all we actually need the narrator to give us, right? Yeah. So let's write the narrator system prompt. Narrator system prompt. Battle narrator. Just have a referee. Because I think that kind of indicates the nature of what it's actually doing, which is mediating between these two things. Tasked with fairly deciding outcome of the bot of the battle based on text moves each bot makes. Given 2 moves, decide the round. 2 moves bots have made this round. fairly decide the round outcome. By deciding which happenings actually happen, what the impact on the EP, HP, and EP of each bot is. I'm going to refactor this out into a battle mechanics prompt so I can share it. Battle mechanics prompt. Bot. Okay, and I think that this like narrator system prompt is basically going to be the most sensitive piece of this whole system. So I'm just going to kind of rough one in, and I think the right move is to sort of run it a million times and vibe out what it should be as opposed to trying to get it right up front. Oh, whoops. Your response should be to, in the output format, to describe the outcome. Decide if each bot has proposed a move, but it's up to you to decide if it actually works the way the bot intends it to. Decide using these stats of the bot if attacks land fully, partially, or not at all. Decide if any other random events impact the outcome. The round in some fun language. Your description must not to reveal too much about the bot's strategy. The move describes it. Just describe what actually happens. Measured impacts on each bot's points based on your decisions about what actually happened. Okay, I'm just going to leave those rules in for now. I'm sure we're going to need to add a bunch of rules to the narrator, like tell it what to do. I did mean narrator system prompt. Okay, and then user prompt is we need to tell the narrator kind of what's happened so far in the battle. Does the narrator need the previous moves? I'm going to say no, because I feel like that would allow it to kind of like an old move to unduly influence all the other moves. So I'm just going to put the bot state. Yeah. Bot header. How about include strategy? True. We'll do a this sort of situation, because I don't think I want to give the strategy to the narrator again, so that the bot can't kind of like unduly influence it. So we'll do something pretty similar to the user prompt in the other one. Battle status. Right. Alpha bot. Alpha. Beta. beta bot. Beta runs to prompt. Why does this need the bot? What have I done? Oh, too many backticks. Okay. This rounds to prompt function makes sense in the context of like one perspective. So I'm just going to rename it here. Perspective rounds to prompts. And from the narrator's perspective, there's no me or them, you know? So I'm just going to do a different function here. Narrator rounds to prompt. Just do this alpha stats after alpha final HP dot beta final. No. Round dot. Okay. So that's the narrator rounds to the prompt. Very good. And that doesn't need to take a bot anymore. Right? Oh no. Look at that. No problems. And then we need to say side the round outcome. This is my copy pasta. So we'll just call this an outcome. Outcome, let's generate round outcome. And the type of this is all nicely inferred from our Zod schema above. Yeah, public description, the decrements. Oh my God, we're getting close to battling. This is exciting. Narrate moves. Right. What's run round supposed to give back? Oh, I haven't even started using it yet. Ah, right, it's up here. Alpha damage. Oh, that's a better name than HP decrement. KTube, I agree. Although we'll have to like, what's the word? Bit crush it or whatever. So it sounds like it's from a junkyard, you know, it's got to be thematic. But I agree. Alpha damage. Actually, I think this is actually more specific than damage. But okay, I'm just going to run with it. Right, so I need to return the outcome, but I also need to return the moves so that I can record them for the bot authors to see. So I'm just going to do a return alpha move, beta move, outcome, all nice and clean. Now up here in my damage world, instead we'll do, wait, oops, const alpha move, beta move, outcome, run round. This wants gonna rename these. Move record. Record. Right, so run round wants the rounds and then the two bot states, right? Have I been keeping the rounds? I haven't, no. So this is the list of rounds, and then we'll start pushing the rounds each time. And I have that type issue before, so I'm just going to add any of that, like an evil demon. And then we want a bot state, which is the alpha bot HP, alpha bot HP, EP is alpha EP, and a second bot state for beta. Beta bot. Beta HP, beta EP. Oh, and the keys, which I had to add before. Alpha key. Do we care about this damage after armor math? I don't think so. I think that can be previous Harry's problem. And so we said outcome is, oh, do I need to await you? Yeah. Await, narrate moves. Oops. Outcome dot beta HP decrement. Why did Clovis did this in a fun and strange order, didn't it? Come dot alpha HP increment. Oh my god, we're so close. EP decrement. Come. There we go. Amazing. Okay, and then I think I renamed the bot move to private move. So that's where we're going to store the strings. Private move is a move. You are private move. Beta move. Okay. Let's log the outcome here. You see this? This is my version of a rampage. God. Let's friggin' run it. Here we go. It's going to fail so many times before we get it working, isn't it? Oh, this is promising. Let's see the logs here. Round starting. Oh, I bet that it's going to be a little bit slower the first time that OpenAI compiles my new schema thing. Round is invalid. It can't be saved. Description is missing. Ah, right. We need to thread through the description. Outcome dot. Whoops. Right, I asked the narrator for a string of what happened and forgot to save it. Back to our battle runner here. Oh God. The tokens, they are slow. Oh, we got a round outcome. Alpha. Nobody got hurt. Here, let me turn this off. Where did that go? Guys, this is so exciting. Been waiting this forever. Battle Pug attempts its energetic tailspin, followed by a belly flop. Oh my god. The health of each remains untouched. Riveting. Riveting stuff. Let's see if the next one's done. Oh man, still no damage. I guess that's because I did genuinely put um where is it? In the pugs uh strategy. Always runs away like a coward. So it makes sense that it's perhaps taking a little bit for the paperclip to catch up. Yeah, that's the opponent. This is bot number 2, epic paperclip. Yeah, bad stats. That could be part of the problem. Okay, we're on round 9 after what's it been like maybe a minute. Still unarmed but steady, watches silently. Oh my god. we've got some bugs. Okay, let's see how it looks in the UI. What battle is this? Record ID. Is this in here? I guess it's just going to be the most recent one. Wait, did it finish? It did. Battle 9. Battles 9. Hmm. Why is that not found? Da, 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 da. Oh, this is going to be. Huh? That's fine. Isn't it? Super epic. Mateen. Super epic. I don't know why you're complaining. Oh, I think this old chestnut. Yeah. Okay. And then this, I think, is guaranteed to be present, is it not? Come on. I think my TypeScript server has been losing its mind. Why? I know where. Yeah, so I don't need to check that. But again, I thought I saw in battle number 9. It's right there. Battle not found. Oh, geez. Am I in the wrong environment? No. Oh. God. This is such a burn for all the gadgeteers watching. I think the issue is that Claude coded up a try catch here, and I bet you I've forgotten to give read permissions on this model. And so when it goes to find it, it's getting an error. But there was like an invisible why are you not formatting here? I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah. It's just a different error. It's not even a permission error. It's that I changed the field name and it was breaking. So that's just like a silly thing. I think I'm just going to remove those decision fields because those are supposed to be sort of private. Oops. And instead, I'm going to say update the battle show view to show the description each round. Description of each round on the round, and remove any references to the decisions. Merge the round view to a table if necessary. Necessary? Okay, and in the meantime, let's make some actually good bots. So Battle Pug will be our goat, or goat in the survivor sense, not in the football sense. I've also been making Wall-B, which is a battle version of Wally from the Disney movie. We'll make him a bit more lucky, more powerful, speedier. Maybe, yeah. Goes for the jugular. Occasionally tries to act cute to distract the enemy. Otherwise, it's for the jugular. Has laser eyes. Perfect. Seems like a winner. And laser tank. This is one of the auto-generated ones I made. Let's give it a lot of power, not a lot of speed, a lot of armor, a bit of luck. I guess tanks have a lot of fuel, right? So some stamina. Cool. Lumbers towards the enemy and shoots frickin' lasers at them. All right. Back to our bots here. We've got that's bot 3 and that's bot 4. So if I go back to my playground, let's run a battle between 3 and 4. See how it goes. In the meantime, I'll go view this. Invalid data for description, null, undefined value. Okay. This is an annoying gadget error where I've marked a field in one of my models description as required, and it's not present in the data. And I think that's because, why is that? I would have thought that it could have never been saved, but somehow I've gotten invalid data into a description record here. What model is that description here? I guess it must be these ones. Okay, I'm just gonna work with my new battle here exclusively, which is battle number 10. Let me delete this one and go to, oh, it's because I was looking at battles 1. I need to be looking at battles 9 or 10, which has all this stuff. Battle in progress. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Here, I zoom in. Huh. It would appear that the laser tank is winning. I won't lie. My initial impression of this is I ain't reading all that. There's a huge wall of text. Damn. Maybe I should have seen that one coming. Like, I bet you this is funny, but like I'm busy. I'm not gonna read it. So maybe we need to like limit the number of rounds and limit the Yeah. KTube asked, can we make pictures? And the answer is yes. It's just hella expensive and kind of slow to generate them. Um, but you're right. That would be so much more engaging. I think maybe what I'll do just to start is ask the narrator for a much shorter version of this description to put here, and then kind of have like an accordion to expand the longer one. And that way you can kind of just like scan it and it'll be like a lot shorter by default. Yeah, laser tank one. I think armor is currently OP. Oh shoot, and there's no EP replenishment mechanism. Right, I forgot about that. That's an oopsies. Right, you can see like the health is just going down. Well, we've established the Gizmo Gauntlet meta. Laser tanks. But okay, let me do my little text thing, because that way we can actually just start like balancing and getting a sense of if this has any hope at all. But I agree. I think pictures would be nice. Okay, back to my run here. Here, let's use the AI for this. In the battle run action, for a much shorter description of the round outcome as well. Store it in a new field on each round called summary. Under one sentence. Yeah. That's just a TypeScript bug where something's wrong with Gadget and we haven't properly cleared these errors. Oh, I just had to visit the file, I guess. This is another Gadget decision that we've been battling with a bit recently. It's like in my prompt to the AI here, I asked the narrator to do two things, which is change the back end logic. Oh, I even missed saying change the front end, and to add a model. And Gadget's like prompts under the hood encourage the assistant to only do one thing at a time. And so it just added the field to the model instead of also starting to manage my like business logic. So that's okay, right? I just say like do the next thing. It's just kind of annoying. I would have preferred it to do it all at once. And I guess I'll also say front end battle view to show the summaries each round by default, and then show the longer description, smaller text in a closed by default accordion. And what I'm going to do is just go to my battles here, delete all this because there's going to be a bunch of invalid stuff now. We'll delete. Oops. There's a, yeah, this. Don't need any moves. Don't need any rounds. Very good. Yeah. Do y'all know of any good, like what image generation API do you think I should use for this? The reason why I think it's not super obvious is that, like, I think we need this attribute called character consistency, which is I want to give an LLM or whatever it is, Stable Diffusion, to input images and then a prompt of like what's happening. Yeah, I removed the battle. And then I want it to kind of poop out a nice image of these characters like locked in battle. So I was looking at this thing called Runway ML, which is like this is the thing that all the artists in the world like truly loathe and hate because it's the kind of rich, not studio quality, but like pretty friggin' good quality API like art generator where you can do just about anything. So it's like this is the scary industry changing stuff. But for me, as someone who's like utterly useless with drawing and wants to build this like rich gamescape, it's like kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. But anyways, within here, you can do this sort of character consistency situation. Where's my other session? I was just messing around with it, like using my free credits. And you can kind of say, like, generate me an image that has these like two characters. And you can see like over here, I used this input and this, or maybe this one and this one. And it did an okay job, right? This input image, if you can see over here in the corner, I make it bigger. It has a laser in the character image. And so the composite that the model came up with also had the laser coming from the same spot, which is like kind of weird. So I think it just kind of goes to show like it's not the smartest thing in the world. And then there's also this laser coming out of the roof. But still, like for a silly game, like dope. The problem is this image takes 45 seconds to generate and is like $1 or something like that. So if there's like 20 rounds, you're now waiting, many, many minutes to get your nice image, and Harry's shelling out behind the scenes. And so I like we're just messing around. Like I'm okay to spend a little bit, but it's if we actually wanted to make it real, I don't think this specific tool is a viable option, which kind of sucks. The other cool thing that it does is if you generate, say, the first frame with these like two consistent characters, you can then like make a little animation. You know what I mean? Which is like it's silly, it's fun, right? Just like silly thing. It made the same mistake again where there's like lasers coming from the sky. But yeah. We could go deep, people. We could go deep. Okay. Let's apply the summaries there. And then I'm going to go back to my playground, run my battle. And I think that'll be 11. No rounds have been read yet. I like the pug fighting the tank too, K2. I think so. There we go. This is like nicer, right? I think there's some silly truncation in the way the AI put this together. Like I don't know why this looks like it's getting cut off. But I mean this is like way less overwhelming. That's good. I guess like I'm just totally riffing off the top here, but again, I don't really care what happened, I guess. In the sense that it's like fun to read once, but it's still like a lot of text. I just care about the winner, I think, more. So I think this is like well, I don't know. If you're like the target audience for this thing, which I guess is Emma, who's just been having a hoot coming up with characters, do you care about how it went down and like what's going on here? Look at this. It's also almost always saying laser tank first. And again, same-ish outcome. Right. I gotta tell it to preserve the EP or replenish the EPs a bit. How much EP should we add per round? Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I agree, KTube. I agree. Um, yeah, too many rounds indeed. Well, okay, I guess I could just make the like attack stronger and say, or like lower the start HP. You know, we're working our way from 100 to 0. Let me fix this EP issue too, and then we'll run another test here. If you folks would like, you can go sign up and make yourself a bot, and we can battle your bots if you want. You have to promise not to hack the app too much because I haven't worked super hard on security. But if you just go to Gizmo Gauntlet, here, I'll put it in the chat. You can sign up with Google or whatever and make some bots. And yeah, I'm accepting bug reports via Twitch chat. Terrible idea. Okay. So let me just go back to my plan here and make sure I keep note of what we need to do next. EP replenishment, fewer rounds, more exciting, less wall of text E somehow. And find cheap and fast image gen. Oh yeah. Make battle view live where see it happen as it happens instead of refreshing. Yeah, way too long. Utterly drained and incapable of powering its laser eyes. That's why Walby's losing. Duh. That's funny. Right. Replenish EP after each round. Should we maybe make it stamina based? Sure. How about it? Plus alpha bot base stamina points. You get 5 EP no matter what. Then you also get your stamina back every move. Maybe over 2? Because you can have up to 10 stamina, which is probably just like a pretty crazy meta. God, I'm gonna have to build a fucking eval for this thing, aren't I? Excuse my French. A frickin' eval. Evals everywhere. One runs out. Okay, and then summary. I'm just gonna remove the max in here so that Zod doesn't truncate this stuff. Oh, it's not Zod. I bet you it's the OpenAI structured outputs thingy. Oh, sorry, Emma. Here, I'll deploy to production. How about that? Folks, if you want to make a bot, give me 2 minutes to effortlessly and seamlessly deploy this application to a totally separate, much higher performing environment where you can work with it. I will also clear the data there. Yeah. So yeah, you just got to go to gizmo-gauntlet.gadget.app if you remove the dash development. And that way I can keep cooking. Yes, Emma, in one click. In one click, it's crazy. The deploy is not done yet, though, so give it a second. Let me make sure I didn't break something, actually. It's kind of taking a while. Hello? Oh. That's also a bug. Just save that. Okay, while that is running, let me run another battle with the EP replenishment. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I feel like there's ways to exploit this application to do like AI work for you on purpose. Where I think I've done something horribly wrong and my front end isn't building right. Like it's taking forever. Oh, there it goes. I bet you that we're experiencing some pool pressure underneath the hood in Gadget because that just took forever to start. There we go. Now it built. It's going to upload the assets to the cloud, do all the nice database stuff, and then it'll start working for y'all. Okay, in the battle run, I've truncated it. 12. Let's see who won battle number 12. Laser tank again by a wide margin. Right. Right. I think that this is a balancing issue. Like if you look here, it's like laser eyes glance off the armor. Minor damage dealt. Armor and speed. Barely scratches. So I think I've sort of designed this into existence by like not really telling the narrator or whatever like fair rules about how armor and I guess all of the stats interact. So like how Harry make game fair. Let me know in the chat. I guess this is like in Pokemon when you like fight your first like rock type Pokemon that like have a lot of extra hit points. You have to learn that they have like a water vulnerability, right? There's like a rock beats paper beats, or sorry, paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, like kind of cycle of I don't even know what you call it. Yeah. But so I guess, and I've done this to myself a little bit with the game design, where the there's no way to like change the equipment or your like loadout of your bot in preparation for its opponent, right? It's like if poor Walby with laser eyes just happens to go up against laser tank with good armor, like there's no way to adjust to win. Or I guess maybe this is like strategy should be changed, right? Like I should say like um attack well armored opponents in a different specific way. Right. How about that? Let's go edit Walby. Tell him to like run around in circles. Get behind. Uh, right. This was a silly strategy. Lasers, enemies far away. Rips around to try to evade and keeps enough distance to find weak spots. Let's try that. Has anyone made a bot that they want to enter into a battle? Because I'll fight you. I'll fight you. Bring it. um, here, while this is cooking. Sean, that's an excellent name. The Wheel of Misfortune. Add a battles index showing all battles by any pair. I think this will be 13. Yeah, my new strategy still didn't really work. In this electrifying round. How about we tell it to concentrates fire on the same any weak spots as soon as one is found. Especially shooting from behind. Let's see what bots have we got in production here. We've got all we've got is Possum Pal. So Sean, I think you might still be on the development environment, unless you haven't saved it yet. Let me quickly go to production and import my battle plug. Da, da, da. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Battle. Yeah, it sure does take a sec to generate the image. Oh man, I'm gonna have to show y'all my strategies, my 6 strats. Oh no. Always run away like a coward, eh? Okay, pugs are not very fast and they don't have much stamina. They've got a lot of big old fat rolls and they're pretty cute. So I'm gonna say they're quite lucky. Medium power, I guess. We'll generate an avatar and we'll say normal pugs are. Battle pug is extremely persistent, especially when it. That's a really bad image. Bodice-sized, angry-looking cyber pug. Comes to food. Battle pug knows that it can only eat after battle, so it remains pug. Body slams, uses its mounted lasers and strikes both fear and cute vibes into the no. It's shoulder lasers. Okay. I'm about ready to take down your possum, Emma. It's not very fearsome looking, but we'll run with it. Please fix the errors before submitting. What errors? Oh no. What have I done? Have a bug. Bot. Oh, my deploy didn't work. Don't save yet, everybody. Fuck. Sorry. What went wrong here? I am not sure. Anyways, the form is busted because the luck field hasn't made it out yet. So give me a second. Ugh. Let me look at my deploy logs. Huh. I think I have encountered another bug. My assets uploaded again. But this didn't work. Man. Let me potentially. What do I even do to fix this? If anyone from Gadget is watching, anyone on the infrastructure team, they could maybe look into why the deploy on this app is failing. It doesn't make sense. Is there somebody at the debug level? Okay, well, I'll have to go investigate that offline. Sad. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the weird database fields that I added. But yeah. The thing is, I've also been using this app for like testing a bunch of Gadget internal stuff. This is like my internal like dashboard here. That I like, yeah. So I may have just like messed around with some piece of, the Gadget internals that have broken it. Let's try once more. squelch routine. That's terrifying. Which environment did you make it on? Da, 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 da. Oh, I think maybe I've broken something and so it's not like restarting properly. Like well, here. Just a second. Oh, okay, we can battle in development, no problem. Who do you want to fight? Battle Pug? Uh, where are we here? Let's make Squelch take on Walby, number 44 and number 3. My tough. I mean, Laser Tank is my toughest opponent. That's number 4. Squelch has Uzis. Terrifying. Okay. Oh, we got an error. I think I got the bot ID wrong. Data. Squelch. Oh, sorry, it's 44, not 33. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. If you go to /battles/16. Oh, it's broken. What? What have I done? Oh, again, I'm trying production maybe. Cannot return null for not null field battle alphabet. It's definitely there. And if the battle's running, it's definitely there. Well, I've got another bug here. Oh, I bet you I bungled this index just now. Yeah, that's what I did. Battles ID index. Oh, no, I didn't even apply that. Oops. Battle.alphabet. Oh, I'm so dumb. I made a stupid battle that's broken. That's what I did wrong. Did I make several that are broken? Why must you be like this? Battles. Okay, is battle 15 working? It would appear that I battled Laser Tank against itself. Yep. Just clicking the deploy again. Okay, I don't quite understand why this isn't working. Alphabot, Betabot, Winterbot are all there. Let me just try this in the API playground. with number 16. Oops. Yeah, we get all our stuff back. There's AlphaBot. There's BetaBot. Maybe now I'm hitting the permissions issue? 16? I'm very confused. Battle.alphabot. I can just kick off another one. See if it makes a difference. 44 and 4. Whoa. Battle data 17. Same issue. Let's see if the AI can spot why this is happening. Ah, where is there an auto table? Auto table? Well, there is no auto table. Oh, it's looking at the index. Still no luck on that deploy also. But I think that's what my afternoon is going to be. Let's just try logging this to see if it's making paths this point. Load it. Whoops, the wrong one. Battles 16. Mm-hmm. I can read. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. It becomes clear. It's that in my permissions, I've only granted myself permission to read my own bots. And that's because, and I'm trying to load a battle that's showing me for the first time someone else's bot. So this filter is saying I can only read, when I'm signed in, I can only read bots whose user ID is equal to me. And I think we're saying, no, I should be able to see Mateen's bot because I want to see details of it when I battled it. So that's just dumb. And this is a horrible, horrible error message on Gadget's part. Oh my God, Squelch is horrific. Oh, it's so bad. It's so ugly. The horror. What are those chains? Slippery soup jets. Oh. Oh God. Sizzle through the soup jets? Oh no. But Mateen, your Uzis, they are no match for laser tank's extreme amount of armor. That's that. Need more soup, brother. Okay. Um, is Wheel of Misfortune on the right environment? I fear it may not be. In that you did what we asked you to do, Sean, which was go to production, but production is busted. Yeah, I have to go, everybody. I'm sorry. I have to go fix all the friggin' bugs I saw today, and among many, many others. But I'm going to be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. with the deploy for this fixed. And so, Sean, if you're around anytime tomorrow morning, EST, I promise you, we will duke it out. We will decide the ultimate junkyard champion, the one Gizmo that has run the gauntlet. But yeah, I'm gonna go fix this because that's, well, embarrassing. Thanks for so much for watching, everybody. I super appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna be streaming same stuff, just like going to town on this app, talking about Gadget, talking about anything you folks want to talk about. Tomorrow morning and Friday morning, and then probably again like next week on a different app. So yeah, I super appreciate y'all tuning in, and yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Drop a like, drop a subscribe if you like. I would appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.